Manchester United to replace Andre Onana with Laliga goalkeeper. Manchester United are exploring a summer deal for Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Juan Musso amid the unconvincing displays of Andre Onana. Fichajes claim that the Red Devils are lining up a move for Musso, who joined Atletico Madrid on loan from Atalanta at the start of the campaign. Musso has made just 6 appearances for the La Liga Giants this term, with Jan Oblak continuing to remain the first-choice keeper for Atletico. The 30-year-old will be eyeing regular playing time next term, and it is claimed that United could provide that assurance under Amorim. If United were to sign Musso, there is a genuine possibility that they could look to cut their losses on Onana during the summer transfer window. Man United target reveals he would seriously think about transfer. Rumored Manchester United target Seny Lammens has admitted he would have to think about it seriously if there was an opportunity for him to move to Old Trafford. Lammens is an emerging goalkeeper talent at Royal Antwerp, becoming the Belgian side's starter between the sticks this season. But there have been reports in recent months of monitoring from Manchester United, who could be in the market for a new goalkeeper. "I've only played 1 full season at Antwerp," Lammens told Gazette van Antwerpen. "If something comes along that I can hardly say no to and that will benefit the club, I'll have to think about it seriously. But if I'm the starting goalkeeper here for another year, that's no problem." Lammens said his initial reaction to United transfer rumors was, "Wow," admitting he has also been teased about it in training by Antwerp teammates. "When I made a save in training, it was United this, United that. Funny, I would do it the other way around, too. But you can't dwell on it for too long. They are still just rumors. Those top clubs have so many scouts and follow so many players. So it doesn't have to mean anything yet. It will only become clear in the summer whether anything comes of it. But of course it's only positive. Especially because it's the best competition in the world, and my profile, my stature and way of playing is similar to English football. You have to physically hold your own there, and that suits me." Antwerp have former Premier League veterans Toby Alderweireld, Vincent Janssen and Dennis Praet in their current squad. But the club also made headlines in 2023 for qualifying for the Champions League group stage. Midfield prodigy Arthur Vermeeren was also sold for €18 million. United have historic ties to Antwerp, with the Belgian club serving as an unofficial farm team for several years in the 1990s and 2000s. Manchester United in sensational move for 3 La Liga stars as Wilcox ramps up squad overhaul. Manchester United are keen on Real Madrid star Eduardo Camavinga and 2 other top La Liga players ahead of a crucial summer transfer window, a report has claimed. Spanish source Fichajes have ambitiously claimed that United will raid La Liga giants Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid later this year in order to get back in the mix for major honors. Camavinga is among the elite stars United have supposedly set their sights on. United are preparing to initiate contact for the midfielder, whom they admire for his sublime talent and versatility. The Frenchman has been criticized by Madrid media in recent weeks, and this could allegedly open the door for a blockbuster move to Old Trafford. Ex-Manchester City striker Julian Alvarez is also on United's wish list, it is claimed. Alvarez is described as the most ambitious target for United as Atleti do not want to lose him whatsoever. The report suggests that United are debating whether to smash their transfer record by launching a stunning €150 million bid for Alvarez. The Argentina star is viewed as an ideal solution to United's center-forward issues due to the fact he is a proven Premier League goalscorer. The third and final star thought to be in United's sights is Barcelona defender Ronald Araujo, who has long been linked with a switch to Old Trafford. United are hopeful they can convince Araujo to leave Barca in the summer after he performed a U-turn over a transfer to Juventus in January. While Araujo recently penned a new contract at the Camp Nou, the report claims United can sign him by sending Barca a 60 to 70 million euros. This sensational report follows recent claims surrounding the futures of Camavinga and Alvarez. Manchester United in three-horse race for 33 million South American ace after Real Madrid dump him. Manchester United are now in a two-house race for one South American talent after Real Madrid reportedly dumped their attempts to sign him this summer. Manchester United are set to reinforce their midfield this summer as Ruben Amorim looks to address ongoing issues in the center of the pitch. According to a new report from Inter Live, United are currently in a two-horse race to sign River Plate ace Franco Mastantuono, who has established himself as a certified talent within their midfield. The 17-year-old has already played 41 professional fixtures in his career so far for the Argentinian side and is seen as one of the best young talents in South America, with United keen to bring in more talents from the continent over the coming seasons. The report claims that United are in a battle with Manchester City as they contemplate a summer move, although neither club would be able to sign him until he turns 18 on August 14th, due to regulations put in place following the United Kingdom's exit from the European Union that prohibits Premier League clubs from acquiring foreign players under the age of 18. However, Inter Milan have also been credited with interest, and after Real Madrid dumped their operation to sign him after he signed a new contract with River Plate, all three clubs are seeking a potential transfer. According to Spanish outlet AS, Mastantuono has a release clause of around £34 million in his current contract. Should United sign Mastantuono in August, he would likely follow a similar path to Sekou Kone, who has been embedding himself in the academy times and is slowly becoming more involved in the first-team squad across the opening years of his contract. Man United now prepared to pay £62 million to sign 26-year-old star termed world-class by Mourinho. Manchester United are prepared to sign one of Napoli's most prized assets this summer. The Red Devils have struggled in the final third this campaign. They have netted only 29 goals from 25 games in the Premier League. Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee have flattered to deceive, and manager Ruben Amorim will surely want an upgrade in the off-season. Napoli star Victor Osimhen has been linked with the club for some time, and they could swoop for his services this summer, according to Italian journalist Emanuele Camarotto. In his column for Napoli magazine, he said that United and Chelsea are among strong contenders and would be ready to pay his £62 million release clause. Osimhen is willing to join another European club on his current £8.2 million per year salary, but Al Ahly could prove a stumbling block for potential suitors. It is reported that the Saudi Pro League giants could offer a mammoth annual salary of £25 million to convince the striker described as world-class by Jose Mourinho. Keeping this in mind, we don't see United pursuing a deal for Osimhen. The club are not in a position to pay the £62 million transfer fee in a single payment to trigger the clause. Osimhen's age could be another roadblock. United reportedly don't want to sign Sporting's Victor Gyökeres. He will be 27 in June, and the club prefer a younger striker. Osimhen is only 6 months younger and may not fit into United's policy. We believe the speculation is agent-driven. Osimhen may end up joining Al Ahly, having come close last summer. A ray of hope. Amidst these goalkeeping woes, a glimmer of hope has emerged for the Red Devils. Altay Bayindir, the Turkish international who has been sidelined due to injury, appears to be on the cusp of a return to first-team action. The 26-year-old recently shared a video on social media showcasing his return to ball work during training sessions. While it remains uncertain whether Bayindir will be fit enough to feature on the bench for Saturday's clash against Everton, his impending return will undoubtedly be a welcome sight for Amorim. The Portuguese tactician has shown considerable faith in the former Fenerbahce star since taking the reins at Old Trafford. Amorim's trust in Bayındır. Unlike his predecessor Erik ten Hag, who afforded Bayındır just a single start this season, Amorim has not hesitated to call upon the Turkish goalkeeper's services. Under the new manager's tenure, Bayındır has already made 4 starts, including his Europa League debut for the club. After a somewhat shaky performance against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup, Bayındır has grown in stature and confidence. His standout moment came in the FA Cup third round, where he single-handedly guided a 10-man United to victory against Arsenal, showcasing his shot-stopping abilities and commanding presence in the box. Competition for the number 1 spot. Bayındır's return to fitness could not have come at a more opportune time for Manchester United. With Onana's form under intense scrutiny, the Turkish international's availability provides Amorim with a viable alternative between the sticks. The competition for the number 1 spot could prove beneficial for both goalkeepers. For Onana, it may serve as the wake-up call needed to rediscover his early season form. As for Bayındır, it presents an opportunity to stake his claim for regular first-team football. Future uncertainties. However, the goalkeeping situation at Old Trafford is not without its complications. Reports have emerged suggesting that Bayındır is growing increasingly restless due to limited playing time. The Turkish star is reportedly eyeing the number 1 spot for his national team, and there are murmurs of potential interest from Galatasaray. Amorim will be keen to retain Bayındır's services, especially given Onana's recent struggles. The manager's ability to manage this delicate situation could prove crucial in United's quest to salvage their season. As Manchester United prepare for their upcoming fixture against Everton, all eyes will be on Amorim's goalkeeping selection. Whether he opts for the experienced but out-of-form Onana or the returning Bayındır could set the tone for the remainder of the campaign. Report: United to lock horns with City in high-stakes pursuit of Atalanta prodigy Charles de Ketelaere. In a tantalizing twist to the summer transfer saga, Manchester United have emerged as serious contenders to secure the signature of Atalanta's resurgent talisman, Charles de Ketelaere, setting the stage for a fierce tussle with cross-city rivals Manchester City. The Belgian maestro, whose career has undergone a renaissance in Serie A, is now at the heart of a tug-of-war between the two Manchester giants. With Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim keen to mold his squad around the 23-year-old's multifaceted talents. From Milan misery to Bergamo brilliance, the rebirth of de Ketelaere. De Ketelaere's journey to this pivotal moment has been anything but linear. After a torrid 2022-23 campaign at AC Milan, where he failed to register a single goal and managed just 1 assist across 40 appearances, the Bruges-born star faced mounting scrutiny. Labeled a flop by sections of the Italian press, his £30 million move to San Siro seemed on the brink of collapse. Yet, salvation arrived in the form of a loan switch to Atalanta, where Gian Piero Gasparini's transformative coaching reignited his spark. The 2023-24 season saw de Ketelaere explode into life, netting 14 goals and providing 11 assists in 50 matches. A resurgence so emphatic that Laliga triggered his permanent signing last summer. This term, he's elevated his game further, contributing 22 goal involvements, 11 goals, 11 assists, in 37 games, blending creative guile with clinical finishing. His hybrid role as a second striker, false nine, and attacking midfielder has made him indispensable to Gasparini's fluid system. The Manchester derby transfers to the transfer market. According to Team Talk, United's hierarchy have identified de Ketelaere as a priority target, viewing him as both a statement signing and a strategic fit for Amorim's tactical blueprint. However, Pep Guardiola's City loom large, with the Premier League champions reportedly earmarking the Belgian as a potential heir to Kevin. While Atalanta's asking price is not deemed too extravagant for a player contracted until 2027, complications arise from AC Milan's 10% sell-on clause, a lingering reminder of his ill-fated Rossoneri stint. This clause could see the Serie A outfit drive a harder bargain, particularly with two deep-pocketed suitors in the mix. Tactical jigsaw. Where does De Ketelaere fit in Amorim'S vision? Since arriving at Old Trafford in November, Amorim has remained steadfast in deploying a 3-4-2-1 formation, despite debates over its suitability for the current squad. The system relies heavily on dynamic, tactically intelligent forwards who can interchange between the central striker role and the dual attacking midfield slots. A profile De Ketelaere embodies perfectly. Capable of operating as a false nine, a roaming playmaker, or even a wide creator, the Belgian's versatility mirrors the fluidity Amorim demands. His 6 feet 3 inches frame offers aerial prowess, yet his close control and vision in tight spaces evoke comparisons to a young Dennis Bergkamp. Crucially, his pressing metrics, a hallmark of Gasperini's sides, align with the high-intensity ethos the Portuguese coach is instilling at Carrington. The ripple effect. What would his arrival mean for United? Securing De Ketelaere would signal a dual intent: immediate competitiveness and long-term planning. His ability to share creative burdens with Bruno Fernandes while offering cover for Rasmus Højlund up front addresses multiple squad needs. Moreover, at 23, he represents a bridge between United's emerging talents, like Kobbie Mainoo, and established stars. For City, losing out to their rivals would not only dent their post-De Bruyne plans, but also symbolically cede ground in a transfer market where they've often dominated. Conversely, United landing their man would mark a coup in their renewed pursuit of Premier League supremacy under Amorim's progressive regime. Brazilian United loanee earns Player of the Month nomination. In a twist that has left Manchester United supporters oscillating between pride and perplexity, Anthony Matheus dos Santos, the £81 million enigma who once divided opinion at Old Trafford, has been thrust into the limelight of Spanish football's elite. The Brazilian winger, currently on loan at Real Betis, has been nominated for La Liga's Player of the Month award, a stark contrast to his turbulent tenure under Ruben Amorim in Manchester. A phoenix in Seville. Antony's resurgence under Manuel Pellegrini. When Antony swapped the drizzle of Manchester for the sun-soaked streets of Seville in January, few could have predicted the immediacy of his impact. Labeled a lost cause by sections of the English press during his final weeks at United, the 25-year-old has undergone a metamorphosis at the Benito Villamarín. Deployed as a roaming right-winger in Manuel Pellegrini's fluid 4-2-3-1 system, Antony has rediscovered the verve that once made him Europe's most coveted wide threat. 3 league appearances have yielded 2 goals, including a thunderous near-post finish against Mallorca, and a cleverly disguised assist for Ayoze Perez in the Andalusian derby versus Granada. His pièce de résistance, however, came in continental competition. A 25-yard curler against Gent in the Europa Conference League that evoked memories of his Champions League heroics for Ajax. When you give Antony the freedom to create, he becomes unplayable, remarked Pellegrini post-match. His confidence is returning, and with it, our belief in his magic. La Liga's elite circle, recognition amongst giants. The Player of the Month nomination places Antony in rarefied company. Alongside him are Real Madrid's Galactico Kylian Mbappé, Barcelona's midfield jewel Pedri, Osasuna's clinical Ante Budimir, and Athletic Club's dynamic Oyhan Sanset. For a player whose last Premier League goal came 14 months prior, this ascension borders on the surreal. Social media erupted when La Liga's official account tweeted, "Antony has been included in La Liga's Player of the Month candidates with Kylian Mbappé, Pedri, Ante Budimir, and Oyhan Sanset." Betis fans, known for their fervent Verde Blanco passion, flooded replies with green and white heart emojis and clips of his silky dribbles. Even former United teammate Lisandro Martinez joined the chorus, commenting, "Hermano, keep shining." The financial chess game, Betis's bargain, United's conundrum. While Antony's revival warms hearts, it casts an unflattering light on United's hierarchy. The loan deal, brokered by Ineos's nascent football operations team, sees Betis covering 84% of his £105,000 weekly wages, a £1.5 million saving for the Red Devils. Yet the absence of a buy clause raises eyebrows. Should Antony maintain this trajectory, his market value could skyrocket, but United retain no mechanism to capitalize. More puzzling still was the decision not to replace Antony or Marcus Rashford, the latter embarking on an eyebrow-raising loan to Aston Villa. Questions linger over whether Antony's United demise was a matter of mismanagement. Ruben Amorim'S rigid 4-3-3 system demanded inverted wingers to cut inside and press relentlessly, a role Antony struggled with, particularly given his preference to hug the touchline before darting infield. At Betis, Pellegrini grants him license to roam, often swapping flanks with Asane Diao, creating unpredictable overloads. "In England, I felt trapped by the structure," Antony admitted in a recent Marca interview. "Here they tell me, Antony, play with joy. When a coach believes in you, everything changes." Fan sentiment, pride, frustration, and hope. Among the Red Mancunian faithful, reactions are torn. Some argue Antony's form proves he merely needed patience, pointing to Diogo Dalot's resurgence post-AC Milan loan. Others view it as damning evidence of United's inability to nurture talent. "It's bittersweet," admitted lifelong fan Margaret Cartwright from Salford. "You're made up for him, but it just shows how broken our environment is." As La Liga's award panel deliberates, one truth is inescapable. Antony's story is no longer about redemption. It's a referendum on modern football's fickle nature. For Betis, he's a revelation. For United, an expensive what if. And for Ruben Amorim, a reminder that sometimes brilliance isn't lost, just misplaced. Manchester United to South Africa on pre-season tour. No comments in Manchester United to South Africa on pre-season tour. Manchester United have added dates to their pre-season tour and are due to land in South Africa in July as they have arranged games against Amazulu and Ajax Cape Town as warm-up for their next campaign. The Reds will be taking on Usuthu in Durban on the 19th of July. It can now be confirmed that they will then be traveling to Cape Town for the 21st of July to meet the Urban Warriors. Sir Alex Ferguson's side have a huge following in South Africa and were recently named the most popular football team in the world, with 659 million fans worldwide. United's trip to Mzansi will be the first part of their pre-season training, and they will then fly into China to partake in a number of friendly games thereafter. The first game, against Roger Palmgren's Amazulu, will be played out at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, while Martin Stekelenburg's Urban Warriors will host the three-time European Cup winners. Dan Gore returns to Manchester United for injury rehabilitation. Manchester United's highly rated academy graduate Dan Gore has returned to Carrington for medical treatment after suffering a foot injury during his loan spell at Rotherham United. The 20-year-old midfielder, who joined the League One side less than a month ago, has been sidelined with a hairline fracture, cutting short what was meant to be a crucial period of development in his young career. While the injury is a setback, both Gore and United remain optimistic that he can still make an impact at Rotherham once he returns to full fitness. However, the incident has raised questions about his loan experience and the challenges young players face when stepping into senior football. A promising loan. Spell. Cut short. Dan Gore's move to Rotherham United was seen as an excellent opportunity for the England youth international to gain valuable first-team experience. After a frustrating loan spell at Port Vale last season, which was derailed by injury after just one appearance, Gore was eager to make up for lost time. Unfortunately, history has repeated itself. The young midfielder made just one appearance for Rotherham before picking up a hairline fracture in his foot during training. The injury has forced him to return to Manchester United's state-of-the-art facilities at Carrington for rehabilitation, with reports suggesting he could be out of action for around a month. Rotherham manager Steve Evans confirmed the situation, explaining the decision to send Gore back to his parent club for treatment. "I think that 4 full-time doctors and 8 physios tells you where he should be," Evans said. "We've done that with other loan players in the past. Their progress is quicker because they have more medical backup on hand. He's in a good place there." Evans also addressed the unusual nature of the injury, stating, "The medical people say you can have a delayed reaction to it. It's unusual for that to happen, but it can happen. We have to accept that." Evans's controversial comments and Gore's determination. The Rotherham boss raised eyebrows with his initial reaction to Gore's injury, suggesting that the training intensity at the club was not high enough to cause such a problem. "We didn't do enough in training for him to have a sore nose, let alone a sore foot," Evans said at the time. These comments reportedly did not sit well with staff at Manchester United, who have always been protective of their young talents. However, Evans has since softened his tone, praising Gore's attitude and determination to return to AC. Manchester United's goalkeeping conundrum, Bayindir's return offers, Amorim a lifeline. As Manchester United continue to navigate through a turbulent season, manager Ruben Amorim finds himself grappling with a multitude of issues. While the team's goal-scoring woes have been a persistent concern, the recent dip in form of goalkeeper Andre Onana has added another layer of complexity to United's struggles. Onana, who had initially impressed following his high-profile move from Inter Milan, has experienced a significant downturn in form over the past few months. The Cameroonian's recent performances have been marred by a series of high-profile errors, both in domestic and European competitions. The Brighton debacle still lingers in the minds of the Old Trafford faithful, where Onana's comical error gifted the Seagulls their 3rd goal. This blunder was followed by questionable displays against Crystal Palace and, most recently, Tottenham Hotspur. In the latter match, Onana's weak parry fell kindly to James Maddison, allowing Spurs to secure their first home victory in over 3